Welcome. Just hitting the record button as well. Let me see if I'm live. Just wanted to say, hey, I am live because otherwise I would not get that notification. That's great. Let me go into the channel and hopefully everything is fine. Let's see. All right. Welcome, everyone. So, yes, I am live. This is just a very quick good day. I see Kathleen is in the house. Renee is also in the house. Welcome, everyone, guys. It's a very short episode today. I am just so pumped about something that I just got in my mail, and I cannot wait until Saturday to do that. You know, every Saturday this show is live at 9 p.m. Central European Time, 8 p.m. if you live in the UK, 3 p.m. if you live on the eastern side of the US. On the western side of the US, it's at noon. So I pretty much covers most of the world already. So today I am going to talk about an unboxing, and before I do that, I have a great special shout out to Amy, who actually noticed that my display was not really in frame. So I actually used the last couple of days to get a little bit closer so that you can see my awesome stuff here, and I am really happy to do that again. And a special also shout out to Renee, not only because of this, but also because he was actually heading to bed, I think it was. He has a very difficult job, and he has to be awake at 4 o'clock in the morning, etc. So I am thank you very much for being here, especially to you also, Renee. So let's get the show started. Okay, so today we're not going to do a full show, but actually a very short show, and that is because I am going to do a quick unboxing. So, for the people that are new here, this studio is actually in my condo. That's the reason why it's called Tech Condo or apartment if you're not a native speaker and you don't know what a condo is. Like me, I didn't know that in front of anything else. So, but the idea was that in this studio I have a lot of gear that's actually running through network cables. So a network is very important, and I had, like probably most of you have, just a simple Netgear or a Linksys router, and it was pretty good. And actually, the main Wi-Fi a few months ago was a 5 or 6 year old time capsule by Apple. Great for that time, but not so good anyway. One thing that is the cool part of being live is that I actually forgot something very quickly. So I'm just going to get that. It's just like 1 second. Well, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's because I need this, a knife. And I was almost forgetting that. So let's talk about the first thing. So, oh yeah, before I forget. So I started with an access point of Ubiquiti a couple of months ago, and after that a security gateway. And I already knew for a long time that I actually needed a switch, and I also wanted to manage my network. And at this moment in time, I still did that on my laptop, which is right here, right about this is my laptop. And it works, but I have to switch on the laptop. I have to start the application. I have to wait. I have to log on. Blah blah blah. All kinds of yucky stuff. So I needed something else, and Ubiquiti actually has this, which is a amazingly cool product. It's basically a computer, very small, which can actually be used for how to say that, how to manage your network. So that is a cool thing about it. Welcome, Geeks Live. Great of you to be here. And you guys are talking to each other, which I like. It's really cool. It's cool. Let's go on. Please do that. So this is a cloud key, and that cloud key is actually a ability to manage my network. I am like a geek like that. I really need to have everything in there. I need to understand what's going on. And I know for a fact that you can actually see which service you're using, how everything is working, and that sort of stuff. So that's the first thing that I'm going to unbox today. So let's do that. So knife, very important. Let's do that quickly. And of course, you can see a full-blown episode this coming Sunday about this product, because Saturday we're going to talk about the live stream studio for Mac. What do I think about it? How does it work? And we're going to use a 5-year-old MacBook, which is right here, and I have already tried it a bit, but I'm gonna go through it for the full Monty with lower thirds, with 3 cameras, Mevos to be more exact, and we're gonna do that on Saturday. Probably the whole hour is gonna be on this machine and checking out what that is, and this is gonna be for Sunday. So let's open it up. So it's actually much smaller than I thought. So this is, of course, the booklet that nobody uses. I cannot throw it away because Kermit is right there. And this is the machine. This is the whole computer. And of course it has a very small micro SD card right there. And a very cool, I have to admit, very cool, super duper short cable. And of course this goes in here. And that one goes into a Ubiquiti router, which I do not have yet. so that is a problem. So I do not have that router yet. Because I didn't know exactly what router I should buy. I was really looking for a router that had specific possibilities. And before I talk about I say router, I mean switch. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Let me see what we have here. Geeks Live and Renee are talking to each other, and nothing special, just watching. I love network stuff. Great, Renee. We'll be talking more about that. And Geeks Live or David, I assume, nothing special. Network stuff scares me. Really? What's that all about, David? That is interesting because I can imagine that it's scary because security is always important. I mean, I would not think about having somebody on this system breaking it from outside. I really would not like to have that. So, it's okay. So your daily business, Renee says, the networking stuff, yeah. And David says, yes, he knows. I wish you lived here. I'd have you set up our house. Well, David, we can always figure out a way to get that organized. I mean, Renee and I can speak German to each other, and everything is hunky-dory, right? But this is the way to manage your Ubiquiti network. Now, this can be used on a standard network switch from Netgear or Linksys or all the other brands that I'm not thinking about at this moment. However, it really shines if you have a switch. Now, and you know that I'm going somewhere. So let's talk about the switch. Of course, again, next Sunday we will talk about it more thoroughly. We also going to talk about how things are connected, etc., and why they're connected that way. But this is just an unboxing. So I decided on going for a switch, and at first I actually wanted to buy something totally different. But I was watching a show online by the Stream Geeks, and they were talking about what they had at NAB. And I know that Geeks Life is in the chat, and David, he actually was on the set of PTC Optics, and he had like, I don't know, 15 cameras, 16 cameras. David, you probably know more than I do at this moment. But what I do know is that they actually showed like a few days in advance what kind of network setup that they had. And it was Ubiquiti, the same brand that I had here. The only thing was, I actually had to ask Paul Richards, who was one of the guys, which one are you actually using? Because I have no clue at this moment. So I was actually looking at it, and I found that they had the 24 channel big big system, and I was really like, okay, yeah, they're using it, and it must be good because they are also using it for PTZ cameras, their PTZ cameras, PTZ optics cameras. Wait a second, I also have PTZ optics cameras. 1, 2, 3. So, and they can use PoE, so that's power over Ethernet. So that must be good, right? But 24 channels here is not for me. I mean, I will never, ever, ever have 16 cameras here. I think that might be not the case, but we'll see what happens in the future. What I actually thought is, well, let's do 8. But then I was counting. I said, okay, 1 camera, 2 cameras, 3 cameras, the PC, of course, the AP, the access point, my mixing board, this one, the managed thing. So we're already at 7, and I was like, it's about 8 or 9. So if I buy an 8 channel, it's perfect for now, but it's not something that I can grow with. So maybe then the 24, but that's still very expensive. And then I looked into the specs, and in the specs it said something about the amount of volume. So when it's operating, how much sound does it emit? And this is a very small room, so I do not want to have too much of that. So I then decided to come with this, and I'm actually doing it now on purpose because people like that I come up with like a present or something. So this is a very, very big box, and this is my router, which I hope that you guys can see it. Let me show it on the other camera, this camera. There you go. So this is the UniFi from Ubiquiti. It's a 16 channel switcher, and it has 150 watts PoE. So that means that with this camera I can actually that with this switch I can actually run all of the cameras that I have on PoE, which I find very, very exciting. Let me see. Oh, Geeks Life, you're better. That's good. Sorry, you guys are talking to each other. Great, just continue. So this is it, and let's open it up for you guys because that's why we're here. So, oops, there we go. Let me get these things all out of the way. My keyboard. Hopefully nothing falls. Like so. Guys, I will contact you later. I'm out of picture. Let me go like so. Okay. So this is the unboxing. Again, it's a big, big box. And I'll show you the back end side as well before I start with the other stuff. So here you'll see all of the cool management display that you can have with a lot of additional information. You can. This is the other one that I actually had previously wanted to buy. This one, and well, it's becoming a little bit bigger than that. Then, all right, let's get this down and show it to you like so. So I'll just. Let me quickly do a reset here. Okay. Let's just do it with here. I have a small hiccup here. All right. So this is the box. It comes with. I'm going to another camera. I think I have a problem with. I think a cable there. I'll check it later. I can actually go to the other camera. I'll just do that. Wait. Yep. And I'll do it like this. And we'll check out what that is. So I have two mounts for on the 19-inch racks. Of course, a cable. And I'll just leave it like this. Some stickers for feet, just so that it's, and a lot of stuff to mount it. Another stuff to mount it. Again, I don't know why they have these things. I don't know what they are. And this is the real stuff, guys. It's heavy. No, let's get this. There you go. And this is the box. Like this, like so. So 16 entry points. These are special connections for a very fast connection, on-off switch, that kind of stuff. And this is the back end side. So two little fans and a console port, and that's about it. Here you have some ventilation, again some ventilation, and again this is what it looks like. Oop, like so. And I'll just go to this camera, and this is what this one looks like as well. So that is the unboxing for today. I hope that you guys liked it. I did like it very much too, and I can't wait to use it. Let me see what you guys were saying. You were a lot of manuals are for the weak. Indeed, David, that is definitely something. Manuals, what are manuals? They say something about RTFM, but I don't care about that anyway. So it's nice gear indeed. Thank you, Kathleen. It is definitely nice gear. I am so looking forward to using it, and I cannot wait to starting it up and trying to make it work. And but first I need to figure out what's going on with that camera. That is driving me absolutely nuts. Sorry, but that's something totally different. It's blinking all over the place, so it's probably a bad cable or something else going on. Anyways, that's it. And there's also this was a very short show. Again, these guys, thank you so much for your contribution. You guys are the roommates. You're so awesome. I love you guys, and I'll see you Saturday for a live demonstration on Livestream Studio on the Mac What can you do with it? What can you not do with it? We will have 3 cameras on it to see to really go through the paces. We'll put in the graphics. We'll put in lower thirds. We'll go a live to live stream. That's the service that I have because I do not have the full service on that. I'm just on a trial edition. We'll talk about why that I think that that's not essentially a problem, but that is essentially a problem. I mean, but that's all on Saturday, and on Sunday we will also talk about this one again, and hopefully I see you there. It's at 9 p.m. Central European Time, 8 p.m. if you live in the UK, 3 p.m. Eastern side of the US, and at noon on the Western side of the US. And on Saturday, 2 hours earlier, on 10 a.m. Pacific Time, go and see Geeks Live. They're awesome. You really need to see them. Right? Hey, I see Jordan's also in the house. Yeah, sorry, I was wrapping up, Jordan, but I'll see you on Saturday. And wait, let me say, Kathleen was a former tech writer. Manuals rules. Now, good manuals rules. They're not good. And looking forward to the weekend show. Yes, I will be there on Saturday and on Sunday, both for approximately 1 hour. See you around. Bye. And I hope that the stop button works.